Hello and welcome to our second how to draw video. The first one that you guys actually voted for. So thank you everybody who participated in that vote. That was awesome. I hope you guys had fun. Again, you can go back and vote this week. I think the voting may have cut off a little bit early. I didn't look like the link was still open on Friday, so I think I fixed that this week. But remember, we don't have school this Friday, so relax, have your day off. You can still vote, though, if you want to. So you guys voted for Spring Flowers. That was the winner. Anime Faces was a really close second runner-up, so I put that back on for voting this week. Anyone that is the second to come up, I'm still going to put that up there, and that does not mean we won't draw dogs at some point, just because I love drawing dogs. Any of those things, I'll keep recycling those options. But whatever wins, I will do. And this came in first, spring flowers. So this is what I came up with for a spring flower drawing. I love spring flowers, and I also like doing some fancy writing. I know one student wanted to do some calligraphy, so I thought I could mix spring flowers and a little touch of calligraphy, but please don't worry so much about the writing. You literally don't even have to put it in there, or you could just handwrite it. Have fun with it. But for those of you who are maybe a little more into typography, which is an awesome field of work, by the way, or you just really like calligraphy, you could work on the writing with me. I'm just going to show you some really simple steps to kind of breeze through that, and then we will actually be working on our flowers. So this is what it will look like. Let me take a photo, and we will get to work. So what we need is actually a piece of paper, computer paper, notebook paper, whatever works best for you. Let me set this up so I see it. Okay, so I've got my paper here. I am going to say goodbye for a second. I will see you on the other side of this drawing, guys. Have fun. I'm going to be right here, though. Always here to help, but you don't need to see my face. All right, we've got our paper. We've got our pencil. I've got my eraser on the back of my pencil. If you don't have your eraser on your pencil, make sure you have one nearby because we will be doing erasing as always. But the very first thing I am going to do to start this drawing off is I'm actually going to give myself some really basic guidelines. I'm going to try to find the halfway point between the top of the paper, about right here. And I'm going to just lightly draw a line that cuts my paper 2 equal halves. Symmetry. I'm loving it. And then we are going to do the same thing halfway up here and right over the other side. And we have very basic guidelines drawn on there. What I like to do for a drawing is I like to plot out all the biggest things first. That way you know you have space for everything. So the writing is going to be somewhere in the middle over here, a little bit down past our center line towards the bottom, and a little bit away from the top up here. So comes around over here. I've got a pretty good map. Let's give ourselves a circle. That is where you are going to write Hello Spring. All right. But before we get too bogged down with that, let's give ourselves some space for our flowers. So we are going to put our tulip over here. We're going to put our closed tulip right over here. We are going to put our crocus. I love spring flowers. You guys may not even know what flowers I'm talking about, but they're spring flowers and we will draw them right down here. And then we are going to put our daffodil right over here. So we have our entire drawing all mapped out. I'm going to save this for last, actually. So let's just start with our tulip and we'll work our way around. We'll get ourselves some flowers and then we'll write this in. So our tulip. Let's just say we are going to put in our stem. Anything that comes right down from the center, right to the bottom of the page. I like to add a little bit of curve to my lines just because flower stems are not usually the strongest thing in the world, and it just looks a little bit more natural if they're a little bendy, a little curvy. So I'm just going to go and add all of my stems to my flowers. Right here is going to be the center of my flower, right here is the center of this flower, and the tulip, we got the centers at the bottom. So I'm going to draw in all of my stems. And make my tulip kind of wrap around like this. Alright. Got everything kind of roughly sketched in there. So I'm going to give myself my double side, actually. Alright, add some thickness to that stem. I only had a single line over here. That's not going to hold up the flower. Now let's add in our leaves. So tulips have these nice leaves. They're thicker at the bottom. They get a little bit thinner as they go up. But they're these really nice, beautiful, elongated triangle shapes, and I just love them. I actually have some tulips that I planted last year that are just now starting to have their flower buds. They've had leaves for a while, but I am so excited. I have no idea what color they're even going to be. So we've got those leaves right over there on that tulip. Let's go down to our crocus. Crocuses actually have more grass-like leaves. They are really cool. They are one of my favorites. They're nice and tiny, actually, but they are the very first spring flower I see every year, and they make me so excited to see pop up, because they are the first sign of life after a long, cold winter. It's like, oh my gosh, it really is going to be spring. Things will be green again. It will be warm. So that's all I'm going to do for those petals, those leaves, excuse me. Now let's go over here and add on our daffodil. Our daffodil petals, I'm confusing petals and leaves. Our daffodil leaves are a lot like our tulip over there. So they're going to be big, long, broader shaped leaves, big, long triangles coming down to the base. Alright, we've got the majority of our flowers all in place. So now let's just start over here. I'm going to zoom in. I think I can zoom in. Yes, I can. Yay! Okay, so here is my tulip. Tulips are these nice cup-shaped flowers. Ooh, I zoomed in too much. They're kind of like this. And my hands look so gross. I've been doing art all day. They're kind of like a big cup. And that means the outside edge of that cup is kind of empty. So we're going to turn this tulip into a cup. And just like that. Doesn't it kind of look like a cup? Right there? Alright, so this is where our petals are going to stop. They're going to go right up to that line. They're going to originate from this stem. So I'm just going to give myself, petals on tulips are more, I don't know, teardrop shaped. So I'm going to give myself a nice little teardrop shape that comes right from up here by the stem all the way up to the edge of our cup. And then I'm going to give myself another petal that comes around up here over to the edge of my cup. That's kind of a petal from the side view. That's going to come down right back to that originating spot by our stem. Now let's add a petal that's maybe a little bit on the inside. We're going to wrap that up. We're going to come up to the edge of our cup and come down and then let it come and sneak behind that first petal that we drew. Back down, and then we'll just add another petal over there. That's the other one sneaking behind it. And then I like having these middle ones in there, so let's add another middle layer petal. Have him coming right there, just kind of tucked in. He's happy, he's healthy. Now let's add our back layer. And all it really takes is one petal back there. And we've got a bit of dimension. Let's have this guy finish tucking all the way around. That's one big wrapping around petal. And let's do the same for him. This guy is wrapping around. And there we go. Now we can start to add some details like these little lines that come in from like the center where your petal is. And you've got yourself a tulip. Just so you're not confused, you can erase those lines that are just helping you guide yourself. Notice how I drew those lines nice and lightly, like I've been telling us all year. You want to draw lightly until you are at the very end. Draw lightly. If the person sitting across from you at your table cannot see what you're drawing, you are doing it right. Okay, so we've got our tulip there, and now we're going to move on to our crocus, which is right here. So this stem is sneaking up and supporting the very center of our flower. We are going to just add petals onto that, and you might not see a lot of the stem afterwards, but it's there supporting our flower, so we're going to work from the back forward, and we can always decide what's in front with our trusty eraser. So, crocuses. Let's see, I think they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. And we'll start with, I have to pivot my paper, we'll start with one petal right over here, and these are less teardrop shaped and more of a traditional shape for a petal, just like that. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and add the petal that is across from that guy. So I've got 2 petals. Looks like a little propeller. It's spinning. Now I'm going to add on my other petals. It's okay if they start to overlap. Remember, you've got your eraser. You are in control. You get to decide what petals are in front and what are behind. But as long as you've got the basic shape, you have won the battle. Go ahead, finish getting all 6 of those petals in. Kind of reminds me of that little apple spinning weight thing. Alright, we've got our crocus drawn in, except crocuses have these cool little things that attract the pollinators. So I'm going to erase everything from the center on out, even that bit of the stem that I said you probably weren't going to see a lot of. So I'm left with all of my petals. These are out in front. And let's add those little pieces of, I think they're called stamens, on our flower. They hold all of that pollen that the insects like to come and drink up. So they're just kind of like little sprinkle shapes. Like that, and we're gonna just add little things going down towards the center that are holding those stamens up, just like that. And then you can go ahead and just like we erase those other guidelines with our tulip, you can erase those guidelines right here. And you are left with your crocus, and instead of those lines going all the way down your petals, let's make this one look a little bit different and just add some lines at the very edge of our petals. And we have 2 flowers drawn on now. Yay! We are going to move forward to this daffodil that looks like a weird little dandelion fluff ball that you see during the summer. Right now, we're going to turn this into a daffodil. So the first part of the daffodil is it has this really cool trumpet coming out of the center of it. So let's get our cool trumpet on there because that's just the neatest part. Might as well start with the neatest part. So I'm going to draw an oval. And I am putting that close enough to the center of this that I can connect it back over here. So I'm actually going to draw that oval and I'm going to add those sides that come down right where the center of our flower would be. And erase that so we don't get confused. We've got our trumpet right here. Now, the funnest part is that trumpet is wavy. So I'm going to go all the way around the edge of that. And I'm going to add these little wavy guys. I think that is so cool. They're like little doilies. Nature's little doilies right there. And now we are going to still have our center where our flower petals come out. So daffodils also have 6 petals, except they have them in a little bit more interesting of a pattern, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is add on our petal here. We're going to spin our paper, and we're going to make kind of this shape right here with our petals. So I'm going to go and add on another big petal over here, another big petal over here. Remember, it's your drawing. You get to draw right over top of everything because you hold the power of that eraser. So do you see how it's kind of just like a triangle but made with petals? Perfect. We are going to sneak the last 3 on in a triangle going this way. Just like that. So let's get those petals. We're going to sneak them right in behind and in between your other petals. And voila, you have a daffodil. Let's erase everything inside of the trumpet shape. Everything else inside of the petals. And you have your spring flowers. And we are going to go back and add in those nice petal crease details. Make it look a little bit more realistic right there. And daffodils also have those little pollinator attractors. They're just not as big of a part of the flower, in my opinion. So I'm just going to add them on just like that. Now let me zoom that out if I can. Getting better with this, guys. Alright, so now that circle around my daffodil is distracting me. I will erase it. And we might as well go, we've got these nice details going on in our petals. Let's add a little bit of detail in our leaves. So I'm just going to go from the tip of those triangles down and add a circle, a line that goes from the tip of that triangle down towards the base of your flower. You do the same thing over here from the daffodil, and because this crocus, the middle flower, doesn't really have thick enough leaves, I'm just going to leave them the way they are. That way he gets to stand out a little bit more too. Alright, if you want, you can stop your drawing now and color it in, or just leave it the way it is. This is an awesome spring flower drawing, but we are going to go ahead and try to add those lettering details. So the first thing I'm going to do is plan out my hello. I'm just going to say it's going to go in a box around over here from the center line going over here over towards my daffodil. I'm really going to give myself a box. And I'm going to start writing hello. Capital H, Make my E a little bit different, a little shorter. I always like to have a little variety in your letters. And you got hello right there. All right. All caps. And because we got all caps up there and I like variety, we're going to switch it up and we're going to do some cursive, more calligraphy down here. So we're going to base everything on this line right here, but our calligraphy actually has 2 layers because it's more modern calligraphy. So we're just going to have some fun with this. I'm going to show you how we're going to use this second line that I just drew. It's about as big as a line would be in like your notebook paper. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to add myself a capital cursive S. I'm going to start here, swoop down and come down to this first line. I'm going to come up and over. I've got my cursive S. I'm going to bring this down. I'm coming into P. Remember, I'm writing hello spring. And then I'm going to go up here, and this is where I'm going to start to use this line. The P is going to come up here. And loop around for my R, which is going to come down back to this line. Then I'm going to do my I, which is actually going to go down a little bit further for just a little bit more variety. Then I'm going to go back up to my N, which is going to be back on the original line, at least. No, excuse me, I messed up. Our N is going to be on that higher up line up here, and then it's going to come down to the original line. That, and then I'm going to get my G in there, which is going to be back up here on this line. Connect my N back up to them, and down to about the bottom of that P is, and a round. So I have hello spring written in there. And now, to make it look more like calligraphy, I'm going to add in just some places with a little bit more thickness of line, because the biggest, funnest part of calligraphy is usually using those calligraphy pens that have an angle at the end of the tip of the pen, but I don't have a big enough calligraphy pen to make amazing work like that, so I'm just going to add a little bit of thickness there, and then I'm going to come back to my P and do the same thing. If you don't have the proper spacing, just play with the thickness of the lines. This is your world. You get to make it however you want it to be. Don't worry too much about having things look perfect. It's already going to be an impressive drawing of flowers. You don't have to worry about the lettering looking so perfect, but it can be really fun to practice. So thank you for the suggestion on doing calligraphy with you guys. Make that thicker. I'm just going to ignore that middle line, so I will erase it. So I know that that's the same thickness. I'm trying to make the little extra places that I'm making thicker all about the same thickness. And then I'm going to do my I. I'm going to bring it down here. And pop my dot. Here's my N. Up and over. you see how I'm kind of adjusting as to where my original line was? Your original line does not need to be the exact location of where everything ends up. That's just there to help you get guided, and then you can make better decisions as you go on. So don't worry too much about your original line, just worry about what the end product is going to be like, because you always have your eraser. We are not getting out our Sharpie marker until we are 100% happy. And I think that looks pretty cool. We got Hello Spring. Now we can erase our box that helped us out. You can see those letters a little bit more easily now. And we can erase our circle and our guidelines. You are good to go at this point. You have your drawing. And what I would do at this point is, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot this guy. My goodness. You just put a dividing line in the center, and you have your unopened up tulip. So let's keep erasing these, and then you have your drawing. From here, you're fully awesome if you want to color this in, but honestly, guys, I think it looks pretty cool just as a pencil drawing. I am a sucker for an awesome pencil drawing, so I never really feel the need to keep going unless I'm really missing color on a certain day. But that is our Hello Spring drawing. If you want to color it in, you can use Sharpie. Remember, if you're using Sharpie, that you need to have another paper underneath this paper to make sure that Sharpie does not bleed through to whatever table you are drawing on. You need to have that down there. Protect your surfaces. Or you can always just use regular markers. Things do not need to be Sharpied in. Sometimes it is nice to have that nice bold line, like I did with this guy. But now you can see, sketchy drawing. Too colorful Hello Spring Sunshine. I hope you guys have fun with this. Let me know if you have any questions, and I cannot wait to see what you guys vote for next week. Let me pop back in there. I think you are all amazing, and if you do this, same with all of your other projects, please share it with me, because I would love to see your spring flowers. You do not have to draw the same flowers that I drew here. If you've got other inspiration popping up in your garden, your neighborhood that you see on your walks, get them in your drawing. I am so proud of you guys. You are so amazing. Keep up the good work. Bye, guys. I'll see you later.